guys, a lot of folks always ask me at these collection videos or mass opening videos what I do with these cards, and rather than answer these questions again and again and again, I figured I might as well just make a video and show you guys what I do with these cards. I mean, the easy answer is initially nothing. I do nothing with the cards. These are Crucible Unlimited cards. I haven't done anything with them, and I didn't really plan on doing much with them because I actually think these are, you know, nice cards, and there's not any reason, there's no hurry to go and, you know, liquidate these cards or do anything to alleviate myself of these cards. Although, of course, there are a lot. There are a ton load of commons and rares in all the unlimited printings, but what I'm doing at this very moment is I'm compiling card by card all of the sets in Crucible Unlimited. I have the cards, which are the results of, I think, roughly 120 boxes opened, and I just really enjoy the cards. They don't always have to be alpha cards, although I treat alpha cards with even more care. I sleeve every single alpha or first edition or whatnot card. I've got, you know, plenty of off-site locations and even out-of-state locations where I store my excess cards. But so far, much of the fab that I opened, I haven't done anything with. I just like having it. Now, for this specific set, Crucible Unlimited, because I just don't believe in playing with the Crucible First Edition cards. I think those are more collector pieces and they're priced accordingly. That the Crucible First I put away in sleeved 4-0s, whereas the Crucible Unlimited I'm currently trying to put together actually 2 play sets. So that's 2 sets of 3 of each card. And you know, this looks time consuming, and it really is really time consuming. Initially for WTR and ARC, I got, you know, a high school kid who was a friend of the family to do it, but it literally took him something like 8 full weeks, including weekends, and I was paying the guy like $20 an hour. He really wouldn't put more than 4 or 5 hours, you know, on a weekend day in, and I just, you know, some of the times it was so poorly organized and cards got mishandled and damaged that the saying goes, you know, you want something done right, you can only do it yourself. And I chose to do it after ARC and after WTR. I just decided it was more fun to do it myself. It's great to interact with the cards, enjoy the art, think about the printing of everything. And I'm currently doing that because I look at these cards, I look at this printing, like for example, Choke Slam, there's this many Choke Slams, yet Katsu, there's only this many Katsus. It's great to understand what Legend Story Studios was thinking when they were running these print runs. And they basically thought, you know what, you only need one hero. You only need one of each hero. We would be wasting paper if we printed 3 Reinars for every Blue Pitch, Swing Fist, Think Later. So they thought ahead. They're like, you know what, let's only print 1 Reinar because that's all that's necessary. You know, and not necessarily every rare or majestic's going to be used as often, but at least you've got the common cards for, you know, formats like Commoner and whatnot. And I quickly became accustomed to this. I mean, again, this takes plenty of time. I just happened to be ahead on my work before the Pro Tour, before leaving with my family and I, going to the Pro Tour in Lille. So this is actually a treat. This is probably, what is it, day two of actually running all of these cards, and I got through sorting them into piles. Like for example, the lowest number card here is Reinar Reckless Rampage, which is 001, and I think the highest card is Ira. Yeah, Ira, card number 46, commons, and every other common card in between. So I separated them into quadrants between 1 and 50, 51 and 100, 101 and 150, etc., etc., because This set, I think, is 200 cards. I think the numbered cards are up to 199, plus the FaBled. So that's how I did it. And beyond that, outside of the 2 play sets that I'm going to make, because I need 1 play set for myself, 1 play set for the rest of my family, so we can play each other, and we can even build 2 of the same deck. I always had that dream that I could play with my kids and we could literally build 2 of the same deck no matter what. Outside of that, the rest of the cards I really, don't have any plans for. In this case, I just wanted to continue helping out Yuanji, helping him out on his quest, helping build her Patreon. So I would be making as many playsets, common playsets, as necessary. Just the non-foils, because some of the commons are actually expensive and very, very scarce. I learned after opening 120 boxes that out of 120 boxes, I only got, 6 Romping Clubs and 6 Anothos, and, well, we got 10 Kodachis, and how many Dawnblades? Let's see. Only 4 Dawnblades. In order to even finish my binder, I have to buy 2 more Dawnblades. I think they're $6 each. So just think about the odds there. That's like 1 in every 20 boxes. The foil common weapons are as scarce, literally as scarce as legendaries, and without having a good sample size, you would never be able to find this out. It's just really amazing how, LSS just is intentional about everything, because those are commons. You would usually dismiss them. They're not in non-foil, they're only in rainbow foil like I showed you. And in order to have a full set, or a binder set, for example, you would need to pull 1 of each of those weapons. But it's not integral to the game. If you've opened up any other Flesh and Blood, you can get a Dawnblade or an Anothos, etc., etc. It's just cool. It's kind of like an Easter egg that is the first time it's in the rainbow foil printing. So they printed it in Crucible Unlimited. Yeah, not only that, I'm actually in a Zen-ish type of space, like a Zen state, when I, don't have the camera on and I'm just sorting cards. Helps me to think about what's gone on in the past weeks, helps me to think about content. I actually sometimes review the decisions I've made at work and just think about life, think about what's going on. Sometimes it's just great to have a little bit of time to yourself, and that's what sorting these commons and sorting these cards has done for me. I have literally, obviously, if people follow the show, they know I'm personal friends with Rudy. I've had this specific conversation with Rudy. He says that sometimes after a long day of work, all he wants to do, he doesn't, he loves his family, he loves his wife and kid, but sometimes he just wants to sit in a warehouse and just be by himself for a little bit, have a little bit of, alone time, just to think about life, think about his business, think about whatever he needs to think about. And I think for me, sorting these cards is similarly therapeutic. It does that for me. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, Saint, these cards are only $60 a box right now, they're worth nothing. And I'm like, that's fine, that's fine. In 2022, they're worth nothing, these commons are worth nothing, but I like sorting them, I like learning about the print runs, and it's not always going to be 2022. You have no control over time, you have no control over how things are appreciated, and I see all Flesh and Blood, even Crucible Unlimited, as an asset. Almost done here. Finishing out this stack. This is 1 to 50 Emerging Dominance. Let's see. See, usually I don't need to chat through this, but I'm just wrapping up a couple of these cards, Choke Slam, and want to show the viewers something else. Once again, if you guys are signed up for the Patreon, after I get my 2 play sets for myself and my family, I'm already doing this, and I'm not looking to monetize this stuff. If you're part of our Patreon and you want, you're already supporting our channel, you're supporting Yuanji on his journey for Flesh and Blood greatness. He's already the Euro champ, and I think he has more wins ahead of him because he plays really hard, and that's literally what he wants to do. That's his thing. Playing Flesh and Blood is literally his thing. I mean, before he started out just as the part-time editor of FaBled Hunters. Now him and another FaBled Hunter, Michael, they have become calling champions, and they're looking to be national and world champions if they have the chance. So here it is. Look, I'm completely done with numbers 1 through 50. And for example, we've got Rhinar. That's a stack of like 100 Rhinars. But Predatory Assault, just the red pitch, there's probably a stack of 300 Predatory Assaults. So I could probably make 100 play sets of, you know, Rhinar, or 100 play sets of this. And just to show you guys, when we did our opening, we've got cards 1 through 50. We've got stacks. I'm going to do the same thing over again for 51 to 100, 101 to 150 down here, and 150 to like whatever it is, 199. And I've even got boxes of other, you know, 4Os from the other sets, things like Uprising that we're opening. I don't happen to need Uprising right now because in preparation for Allele, I'm just going to take the cards that I'm going to take. The reason for this is because I've done all the WTR and the ARC, and I've got my orange binders ready for my Eternal play sets to share with my family. And going back to this whole unlimited is worthless type of thing, I agree that unlimited is worthless right now, but when you're in it for the long term and you like the product, I mean, I like the game, I like the product, then it doesn't matter what it's worth right now. It might be worth something in the future, and if it's not, then guess what? I'll move it in the future. Give you guys an example. This is a product that was unlimited as well. This is Unlimited Magic the Gathering. I literally have 4 rows, boxes upon boxes of 4 rows of Magic the Gathering Unlimited. This is a 4-row with roughly 5,000 cards. I've got multiples of these. And this came out at 16 times the print run of Magic the Gathering Alpha. So whatever Crucible was, 37,000 boxes. I doubt that Crucible Unlimited came out with 16 times greater of a print run, which would be north of 500,000 boxes. I don't think there was 500,000 boxes of Crucible of War, because I don't think they printed more than 1 box for every breathing Fab player on the planet. You know, that said, Magic the Gathering Unlimited at 16 times higher printed than Alpha. Right now, these packs, fresh packs, cost about $8,000 for a pack. When they came out, they were about $2.45. I literally just did a pack break, a fresh Magic the Gathering Unlimited box break in July of 2021, roughly a year ago. A year ago I did that box break, and that box break netted $288,000. So think of that. A card game that this was its 3rd printing in 1993. The boxes came out at around $60 retail minus a discount if you bought the whole box. And now it's selling for almost $300,000. So that's like a 5,000x return, I think, on Alpha versus Unlimited. Same thing with Crew versus Crew U, WTR Alpha versus WTR Unlimited. I'm not suggesting that the same trend is going to occur, but we're still early. This is still the 3rd set, the 1st expansion set of Flesh and Blood. And I don't, as long as I have space, I don't see a need to move any of it. You know, take it to, this is just the 3rd printing. Let's take something even more overprinted or printed to oblivion. Whereas there was something like, I don't know what it was, 10,000 boxes of Alpha. Let's just call it 10,000 boxes of Alpha, for example. I mean, there was 1,000 of each rare, so it was less than 10,000 boxes. But Magic the Gathering Revised, they printed literally 1 million of these boxes. And this came out, I remember literally buying these boxes at about $54, $55 without having any connections to the trading card game or sports card world back when I was literally a teenager. And this box is now $15,000. So even this, MTG Revised, provided a 300x return. Again, I'm not saying any of this is going to go up 300x. I'm not even saying it's going to go up 30x or 10x or 5x. But I think that as long as the game continues to be successful, Flesh and Blood continues to grow, that more and more, these cards will be in demand. So once again, if you're part of our Patreon, feel free to hit us up on our Patreon, and as long as you pay for the cost of shipping, we don't want you guys to take these free goods, make us cover the burden of shipping. You cover the cost of shipping, we'll send you a free common playset, just so you guys can have all the cards in all the common cards in Fab Crucible of War, and that way you guys can get in on the action. It's a thank you from the FaBled hunters to our most kindest and most loyal supporters. So that's what I do. I get even more meticulous. I sleeve every individual card when it comes to the first printings, the WTR Alpha, the Arcane First, the Crucible First, and I have yet to sleeve everything from Monarch on, simply because of how much time it would take and how many 4-0s I have. There are hundreds of 4-0s of Fab within just this house, as well as even more off-site. But these are for me to play with. I literally go in, I find the nicest copies, and I use, I've got whole boxes, whole cases of KMC Perfect Fits to protect these cards, and inner sleeve them up and get ready for binders. So 5, 10, 20 years from now, I can enjoy these cards and play Flesh and Blood with my children, with my family, and maybe if they like it, they can pass it on later on, because these are, everything's out of print. All of this Unlimited product is out of print, just like MTG Unlimited. This has been out of print since '93. This is out of print as of now. So just give that some thought, and I hope that answers everybody's questions. If you guys have any other ideas, have any other things you want to learn about, I'm glad to discuss it, but that's what I do with my bulk so far. There's a hell of a lot of bulk. I'm not in a hurry to move any of it. And quick shout out to Bronson. Bronson's out there trying to collect WTR Alpha and Arcane First bulk. I mean, obviously the reason why I'm very supportive of what he's doing is because he gets it, he sees the big picture. I've never showed my Alpha, Magic the Gathering Alpha resources, but I thought to do that, and I thought to do that in 2020, and it cost me millions to get a whole digit percentage of the MTG Alpha print run, whereas Unlimited didn't cost that much, and he's only going to be paying thousands or at most tens of thousands of dollars for a 1% print run of WTR and of Arcane Rising. So good on you, Bronson. I'm glad you see it that way. I'm glad you have that much faith in this game, because there's no better game that's ever come out. And if Magic the Gathering has had success and has been able to stand the test of time and last 30 years, despite much of the past 20 years being owned by the evil Hasbro Corporation, then I can only hope that Legend Story Studios will shine brighter and do better for our community than Magic ever did. All right, hope you guys like what you see. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, twiddle that notification button, and we'll see you next time. Bye.